Welcome aboard. It's Captain G with Newblood, 12.4 January 1942, Japan. The Emperor is furious that the colonizers have seized control of the Dutch East Indies, threatening Japan's access to those resources. He has issued orders to Grand Admiral Yamamoto to secure these islands, bringing them safely into the greater East Asia co-prosperity sphere. But first, technology. Japan has 3 factories. We are rolling with the red dice amphibious doctrine at a 7+. White dice jet fighters at an 8+. The black dice large ship construction at an 8+. Ooh, red is 7. So hit on amphibious, red, and hit on the jet fighters, white. So 2 out of 3. I'll move both those up to stage 2 and leave large ship construction where it is. All right, purchases. Japan had 50 IPP at the end of last turn. We're spending 8 for each on 2 battleships. We're going to complete the one on phase 2 and place it this turn. And we're moving the one on phase 3 to phase 2. We're also going to complete the heavy cruiser for 4. So that is 4 plus 4 plus 4. So that takes us to 12. We're building a fighter for 10. That's 22. 2 Marines for 8. That's 30. Another medium armor. That's 36. A mountain infantry for 4. That takes us to 40. A militia upgrade for 2, 42. A militia for 2, 44. And 2 infantry for 6. That takes us to 50. Remainder, nothing. So no cash carried forward into the next round. Combat. We do have a number of combats, and we've already reached out to Lancer Bolt on his casualties on a couple of these key battles. So I'm going to start with the first battle being this strategic bomber, leaving the Philippine Islands, flying 1, 2 to Siam, having a movement of 6 remaining, doing carpet bombing on those Gurkhas. The next battle in Kwangtung, which is a walk-in. We're sending 2 infantry from Hunan to liberate that mountain province from the KMT bandits. That's +2 for Japan. The next battle. This seaplane in the Philippines is flying 1, 2, going on map to be a screening force. Well, not really a screening force, but to attack the Commonwealth-aligned Dutch coastal submarine and transport. For this battle in P60, which will be a screening battle, the Anzac fleet here needs to be removed in order for us to continue our operations. So we are, as part of this battle, taking the battleships in P46, and they are using the naval base at the Caroline Islands to go 1 to P44, 2 to P51, 3 to P60. And I'm going to add to that task force the following surface action units for this screening battle. From P44, we're bringing over 1 battle cruiser, moving 1, 2. 2 light cruisers, 2 heavy cruisers, 1 light cruiser. From P32, 1, 2, 3 to join the screening force, the light cruiser. So altogether, the screening force, 2 battleships, 1 battle cruiser, 2 heavy cruisers, 2 light cruisers against the Anzac fleet. While we're down here in P69, this Japanese sub will move 1, 2, 3 to I-12 and do battle with this Commonwealth transport. It's not an auto kill because the Commonwealth have anti-sub technology, and anti-sub technology allows transports to defend against subs at a 1. So we're going to roll for that battle. All right, so one last battle before we get to the invasion of the Dutch East Indies in the Americas. I've already set up the United States 3rd Air Force on this card in the Pacific Northwest out of the Japanese colony of San Francisco, flying 1, 2 to conduct a hit-and-run air attack. We are sending all 4 Japanese fighters. After this air attack, 1, 2, the 4 surviving fighters will go 3, 4 back to San Francisco. We're confident in our pilot's abilities. So we'll see how that turns out. Now the amphibious assaults. Okay. So and I've laid, can they see these? Mm-hmm. All right. So I've laid these 4 battle maps out in advance because it'll get very crowded down here. Java has 2 infantry, 2 militia. Sumatra has a militia. Borneo has a militia and a seaplane, which does nothing for the fight. And then Sarawack has 1 militia. All right. Against them, and I'll do 1 island at a time. So attacking Java from P32, this Maritime Task Force, which is disbanding. I'm going to take 1 transport, pick up 2 Marines in Hunan, and take them down 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 to P59 using the port in Formosa. So P41, P50, P59 to be part of the newly formed naval task force down there, which I'll use the same card ultimately for the ships for now. So 1 transport, 2 Marines on Java. From P15, 2 destroyers will each pick up 1 Marine, take them down to participate in the battle, and they follow the same path but starting at P15. So using the naval ports, 1 to P32, 2 to P41, 3 to P50, 4 to P49. So that is the first invasion with air support from Honshu. No, from P44, where we have 3 Tac Bombers. All 3 Tac Bombers will fly 1, 2, 3, 4. They'll have a movement of 2 because a movement of 1. I did the math wrong on that. They'll have a movement of 1 because they're not at an airbase. They're coming off the carriers. That was a switch we made. And so the 3 Tac Bombers will all, after the battle, land on aircraft carriers coming to P59. Okay. In Sumatra, this island, this is where we're sending the fighter from Honshu. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the island. The island borders multiple sea zones, so they'll fly off onto P59 as well. That's their movement of 1. They're joined by, from P15, 1 destroyer, picking up 1 Marine and going 1, 2, 3, 4 into P59, dropping off 1 Marine. And then from P32, 2 infantry, the last 2, 2 infantry in Honshu, the last 2 in Honshu, will board another transport and go 1, 2, 3 into P59, and they'll storm the beaches. No. I'm sorry. Not both of them. One will storm that beach. One, I need a guy. One will land in Borneo. All right. So the one transport carrying 2 infantry, one in Java, one in Sumatra, one in Borneo. And then the last transport at P15.
Destroyer.
Thank you. Destroyer. 1, 2, 3, 4, same as his comrade, dropping off a Marine. So in Sumatra and Borneo, we have a Marine and an infantry and ground forces. I've done the air for Sumatra. The air for Borneo is coming off of this fleet carrier in P46, flying 1, 2, 3, and we'll land in P59. And then Sarawack is the last battle. Sarawack, there's a destroyer in P54. Pick up the Marine off of the Solomon Islands and move 1, 2, 3 and stop in P51 and drop off 1 Marine at Sarawack, and supported by the 2nd fighter on the carrier at P44, P32, flying 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah, that's.
Can we bring one of these destroyers, the one who's dropping the guy off here? We go 1, 2, 3, 4. So we end in 60.
You want to end
drop
there
it off here
instead of with the carriers and stuff?
Yes.
Okay. So everyone got that change, hopefully. I won't put him on the battle card because he's not participating in the naval battle, wherever that card is there. But he'll be in 60 instead of 59. The last invasion is the other transport in P32. So this entire task force now is down here in 59, which are all these ships. This one will take the 2 infantry out of Nanking and follow that destroyer's path 1, 2, 3 into P60. So both that destroyer now and this transport depend on the screening force winning, and the transport will drop off 1 infantry on each of the islands, West Timor and Celebes, which are unoccupied, so they're walk-in victories for Japan after the naval battle. So it's Java, Sumatra, Borneo, Sarawack, West Timor, Celebes. I think I hit on every smoke cloud. Okay, so let's go to the combat. Let's do the naval battle first, get that screening force out of the way, and then we'll roll through all the invasions and then the smaller battles, and we'll end with the US. All right, so the attacking force in that battle has 2 light cruisers which attack at 5. So it's 2 5s for the Japanese.
6-11.
All right, 2 misses. 2 6s for the heavy cruisers.
4-4.
All right, so 2 hits. So Lancer Bolt's order of casualties were the British fleet, then the Anzac fleet, and he wanted the sub for last, hoping that it survives the first round, can submerge, and survive the battle. So those first 2 hits take out the 2 UK destroyers. Now the battle cruiser at a 7.
3.
All right, so that takes out the British light cruiser. And the 2 battleships at 8.
1-10.
All right, so 1 takes out an Anzac destroyer. So his strategy did work. the submarine will survive after returning fire. So let's shoot with the submarine shooting back. Fleet submarines defend at a 3.
7.
All right, so it missed, and it will submerge. I'm going to pull it off the card, and I'll set it aside for now. I'll put it with these guys. Okay. The 3 destroyers, all defending at a 4.
Six, 8, 11.
All right, so no hits. The 2 light cruisers defending at 5s.
7, 12.
So no hits at all?
No hits.
All right. Well, that makes sense. The Japanese ships are bigger. They're firing longer range. Let's go to round 2 as the Anzac and the British close in to try to engage. Brave sailors of the Commonwealth. All right. Let's roll the 2 battleships first.
9,
Both
11.
missed because now he's moving closer. They got to aim their guns down. The battle cruiser at a 7.
3.
All right, that got him. The 2 heavy cruisers are firing at the same time at a 6.
2, 11.
Got him again. And the 2 light cruisers at 5s.
10, 11.
Okay, so that obliterated the brave Anzac light cruiser, which fires back now that it's close at a 5.
7.
And it missed. All right. Clean bill of health for the Japanese Navy.
Lucky rolls.
Lucky rolls. From our perspective.
Yeah.
Not from the Commonwealth. And the sub is the sole survivor who lives to tell the tale to future generations of people who live under the Japanese Empire. All right. So that's the screening force. So that means we can do all of these other battles in that section. But we said let's
flip the walk-ins.
Yeah. So now we can do the walk-ins. So West Timor and Celebes are victories for Japan. Let's get that out of the way, get that out of the way, get these out of the way. Now let's do the Borneo attack, because now that Marine is coming ashore. So Borneo is here. So we have a Marine and an infantry and a fighter against 1 militia. So it is jungle, but jungle does not impact infantry. And as far as I can tell, none of these islands are mountainous as well. So 2 2s for the Marine and the infantry.
3, 6.
Oh, close. And then the fighter, air support at a 6.
1.
Got him. All right. So the militia firing back at a 2.
9.
Miss. And that takes the seaplane with them. So that puts Borneo into the Greater East Asia Co-Prosperity Sphere. Whew. I don't know why I put that in there. Sorry. All right. Now let's do Sarawack with the destroyer dropping off a Marine here. This is the one that we ran out of ground forces. So the Marine at a 2.
12.
And the fighter at a 6.
5.
Got him. The militia defending at a 2.
1.
Oh, a valiant stand. He's been eliminated, but he took the Marine with him. Japan has to wait to capture Sarawack. Well defended, Lancer Bolt. Well defended. All right. Let's do Java's the big one. Let's do Sumatra. So Sumatra, we have an infantry and a Marine firing at 2.
2, 11.
All right, so that got him. Let's do the fighter for overkill.
2.
All right, and then the militia defending at a 2. Let's not roll any more 2s.
9.
Got him. All right, back to normal. Things are back to where they belong. All right, and now the big battle in Dutch East Indies, the Battle of Java, where we have 4 Marines all at 2s. Thank you, Egg. 4 Marines at 2.
Wow. 2249.
Good marksmanship, Marines. Hoorah! Even if they're Japanese Marines. So that's 2 hits. Now we have 3. So we don't even need the target select. 3 7s for the tactical bombers. Finish them off.
1 hit.
Only 1. The air has let us down. German and Japanese and Italian alike. Okay, so firing back. 2 militia at 2s.
2-9.
All right, that's a hit on a Marine. And 2 infantry at 4.
3-9.
Oh, it's the second Marine. All right, luckily there's only 1 left, so if we can finish him this round, we get it. 2 Marines at 2s.
7-11.
Okay. 3 tactical bombers at 7s.
5-9-10.
All right, somebody learned to shoot. All right, and then the infantry firing back at a 4.
2.
All right, wow. That devastated our Marine Corps. So we have 1 Marine landing at the Battle of Java.
Lucky those Marines hit.
We are indeed. That would have been costly. It's still recording, right?
Mm-hmm.
It freaked me out the other day when it stopped. All right, so that completes all of the island invasions. Let's take care of this map. We have the seaplane at a 3 shooting. We want to hit the sub.
7.
Okay, so the sub gets away, but we can kill the transport because it doesn't get a defend at a 1. It's not fighting a submarine, it's fighting a seaplane, so that's an auto kill. All right, then we'll land back on the Philippines. I know it's non-combat, but I don't want to leave anything on the map and forget. Okay, let's do this battle now. The sub at a 3, shooting at the transport. If we hit it first strike, then
3.
It's gone. So first strike, it doesn't get to defend because it's first strike. If we had missed and it went into a second round, it would defend at a 1. That's the way I read it. If I'm wrong, let's just roll a dice in case I'm wrong. 11. Okay, so even if I'm wrong, it's still at the bottom of the Bay of, well, just outside the Bay of Bengal. Okay, now let's roll 3 very low numbers. We're doing our carpet bombing. We fixed our fuse problem we had last time. We're going after Siam militia.
1, 2, 4.
Oh, that is 2 hits, and he so conveniently had placed 2 Gurkhas in our line of fire. So that was nice. Outstanding. Strategic bombers are paying off for the Axis. All right, we did the sub battle. We did the Siam slaughter, which is now the new name in all the Japanese newspapers. Kwichao walk-in, we did all those battles. We did the screening force. The only battle we have left is Pacific Northwest, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the Japanese strike force against the 3rd U.S. Air Force. We have 4 fighters attacking at 6. There are no land units. There are no anti-air or any other defenders in the Pacific Northwest. It's just air on air. So roll 4 6s on attack.
Oh.
Ominous air battle music.
1 hit.
Oh my gosh. All right. His
3
order
nines.
of casualties are the fighters first. So now we the media bomber defends at a 4. Okay.
9.
2 tactical bombers defending at a 5.
3, 6.
All right, so we take one loss, and then the fighter defends at a 6.
4.
Oh, all right. Let's keep going. 2 Japanese fighters attacking at 6s.
4, 11.
Oh, this is going to be painfully slow. All right. So the medium bomber shooting back at a 4.
6.
Miss. The 2 Tac Bombers at 5s.
10, 11.
All right, now it's even up. 2 against 2. 2 fighters at 6.
10, 10.
Oh, I was just about to say these guys will become aces, but no. 4 for the medium bomber.
1.
Oh, a medium bomber shooting down a fighter. That's, sorry, Tail Gunner Joe, but that's just not right. Tac Bomber at a 5.
12.
All right. Might as well keep going, right? All right. Press on. A 6.
9.
Oh, boy. Oh. 4 in defense.
9.
And a 5 in defense.
12.
The odds have been in our favor mathematically. This is the Japanese are confused here.
All right.
All right. 6 attack.
12.
Oh my gosh. How come we can't get these on tech rolls when we want them?
White is
White is
4.
what? White is the 4. The blue is the 5. Yeah, let's speed this up a little. I don't like that at all. All right. So the Americans have successfully defended the Pacific Northwest in what turned out to be a high risk attack, but mathematically it was in our favor, particularly once we hit that fighter in the first round. Don't know what happened there. So the American 3rd Air Force of 1 medium bomber and 1 Tac Bomber survive. And I'm sure this is all going to go through the American media. It's going to do, this is like Doolittle, but in reverse for them, defending against Yamamoto's air raid. All right, so that completes the combat. Lots of pieces, as you can understand. So where did I put my notes? Let's do some of the non-combat. First, I want to start by landing all of my planes. I already sent the seaplane back. The strategic bomber has 6 movements left. It's just going to go 1, 2, and land back at the Philippine Islands. Okay. Where's our transport?
Which one?
Oh, this one. Here it is. I'm sorry. So in P60 at the Carolina Islands, where the 2 battleships went off, we left 1 transport. It's going to move using the naval port 1, 2, 3 to P15. The coastal sub in P27 is going to move 1 to P22, take up station outside the Marshall Islands. Or not the Marshall, what is that? Midway Islands with the 2 fleet submarines. All right, we have from P32, which is the last ship in this task force, all the air have gone off. This fleet carrier, 1, 2, 3, will move here with the 3 destroyers and 2 transports. Also, from P46, we're sending a fleet carrier 1, 2, 3 to join that same task force. A light carrier, 1, 2, 3. And then the last light carrier, as that task force is now dissolved, will move 1, 2 into P60, where it will take up station with the Japanese screening force. And the destroyer and the transport now will join them. And I'll do a status of forces at the very end. Okay, because lots of moving parts. The air. So we have 3 Tac Bombers on Java. They'll all land in Sumatra on the carriers there. Well, 2 of them will. 2 of them will, sorry. The other one will go 1, 2 and land here. Okay. The fighter in Borneo and the other 2 fighters will land on the remaining spots on the carriers. Thank you, Egg. So we've got an infantry and a marine. infantry, and a Marine. Okay. I think that's all the naval movement, all the air. In China, we have the new armor at Rihe, which is going to rail down to Nanking. We have in Sichuan, with the 6th Area Army, 1 cavalry that is going to go 1-2 and join the armor in Nanking. So land the fighters, carriers, seaplanes, ground movement. Am I missing anything? I don't think so, right?
No.
All right, let's do place units. All right. In San Francisco, which no longer has any air, sadly enough, we're going to take our militia upgrade, turn him into an infantry, and then we're going to place 1 infantry in San Francisco. So the net there is just adding 1 infantry. From the factory, we're going to build 1 infantry. So it's a net plus 2 infantry. The militia upgrade and the one we built, then we replaced the militia. The 2nd Japanese armor being built in Rihe. We have 1 battleship that's getting finished in P15. We have 1 heavy cruiser that's being finished in P15. This one just moves up in the production chart, so he comes off, not into the garbage. 2 Marines in Kyushu. The mountain infantry and the regular infantry in Kyushu. The air in Honshu. Okay, now before we go over to the board to do income, which we have to adjust from our notes with Sarawack was the only missing one. And this sub is submerged in the same sea zone as the battle fleet there.
And this one's submerged here.
Yeah. Let me get another submerge. All right. But we got subs everywhere. All right. Yeah. All right. So in San Francisco, we didn't move or anything, but we added units. We have 3 Marines, 3 infantry, 1 militia, 1 anti-air, no air. In the task force in P60, we have 2 battleships, 1 battle cruiser. I don't know what's in view. 2 battleships, 1 battle cruiser, 2 heavy cruisers, 2 light cruisers, 1 light carrier with the Tac Bomber, 1 destroyer, 1 transport. In P59, with the Kido Butai, we have 2 fleet carriers, 1 light carrier, 3 fighters, 2 Tac Bombers, 2 transports, and 3 destroyers. On Borneo, a Marine and an infantry. On Sarawack and Celebes, not Sarawak, but West Timor and Celebes, 1 infantry each. In Java, 1 Marine. And in Sumatra, 1 infantry and 1 Marine. In the 6th Area Army, what's left of that task force are the 5 artillery, 2 and 6 infantry and 1 motor rifle infantry. Okay, I think those are all the major task forces and major areas. If anyone has questions, my teammates just let me know. Let's go over to the income now. Okay, so the KMT go down 2 for the loss of Quichao, and Japan will move up 2 to 41. And then the Japanese took Java for 2, Sumatra for 2, that's 4, Borneo for 2, that's 6, Timor and Celebes is 7 and 8. We did not get Sarawack. So Japan is going up 8 more. That'll take us to 49. So Japan and the Soviets have equal economies. And from 23 minus 9 is 14. So Great Britain is down to 14. For income at the end of the turn, then, Japan has 49. We get in our Chinese and islands bonuses now. We have all 6 from China, because we have all 6 of the coastal territories at 1 each. And we have 2 for Midway Wake, so that's 8. And then Philippines, Java, Borneo, that's 2, 4, 6. That's the 5 and the 1. So 6 and 8 is 14. 14 plus 49 is 59, 63. So Japan will have 63 IPP to spend next turn. That should complete this round. I know there are a lot of moving parts. Let me know if there are questions, if I wasn't clear on the positions. Next up is the British UK turn with Lancer Bolt for Captain G and Eggman. Over and out.